Hey man, what's going on? It's Big Kenny from the Underground Treehouse, and it is Guy Show time. Now, men, in an effort to be more successful in your connections of all kinds of relationships with women, the key is sometimes you have to meet them where they are and strategically lead them to where you want to be. Now, when I was in college, my friends and I rarely went home during the summers. Some of them would work during the summer. Some took summer classes. I myself had a home-based dry goods distribution business that I was trying to get off the ground during the summers. I ran it with my people back in Chicago. So as a result, it left us with a lot of free time on our hands to pursue our favorite young man's activity. Now, our favorite young man's activity in the summer was making sure we familiarized ourselves with as many girls from the city that surrounded the university we went to, as during the summers, the number of baggable female students diminished greatly. So one day, me and my partner out, we just bending corners and we see these three nice looking honeys. Now, at the time when we see them, they're talking to some guys. So what do? We decide to be gentlemen and we wait till they finish the conversation. We swooped in and we poached them like some true players. Now, we set up a little rendezvous for later and we dip out. Now, me and my man were roommates. So it was three of them. We reach out to a partner of ours to come through later so we could play a proper game of 3-on-3. Now, later arrives and the honeys pull up. Now, this is the thing. Most students who lived off campus lived in an apartment complex. They had a little apartment. We had a standalone condo with some curb appeal. When you walk in, there was the brick fireplace. There were the vaulted ceilings with the exposed wood beams. We had state-of-the-art electronics and appliances. I mean, it was a real player atmosphere for some gentlemen with an Epicurean pedigree. You understand what I'm saying. And immediately, the city girls are feeling it. To top everything off, I cut hair. So the last time since we seen them, I went home, cut my hair, gave my roommate a fresh fade, and we changed into some evening wear. Now, we looked so good that one of the honeys even hit me with the A Boogie from Paid in Full. You dress nice. So I knew we were winning. Now, doorbell rings. It's our boy. He comes through the door and you could see it in the women's face that they felt like some unsure puzzle had just gotten the last piece and it fit perfectly. So we in the lead. We decide, since we are Epicurean gentlemen with esoteric taste, that we gonna go with the sip and mingle approach. See who's feeling whom, and later on split off and seal the deal. So it's time to set the mood. My roommate goes over to the 6 CD changer. Listen, that was the time we in. I'm sorry. And I decided to go to the wine collection. Yes, a wine collection in college. We were Epicurean, esoteric gentlemen. Keep that in mind. So I decided to go with a nice little Cabernet Sauvignon. So I went with the Cabernet Sauvignon just because I wanted them to hear me say Cabernet Sauvignon, because I was playing bilingual at the time. They didn't know no better. So we start doing our little thing. I pour up, we sipping, we vibing, we grooving, and then it happened. Right about the time the David Sanborn CD switched over to Michael Franks, one of the city girls looks at her wine glass and looks around our condo real disturbed and said, "This music is boring. Y'all ain't got no Too Short or no 40 ounces or nothing." I was like, oh no, it's a fumble. Right after halftime, the Bruz were up and we got the ball back first. So I was like, oh man, this puts us in a bad situation. We had gotten down in the red zone. We were in scoring position and now we have dropped the ball. So I had to call a timeout and me and my friends had to huddle. Now, when I huddled with my cohorts, they were completely defeated. They were disappointed in the women's lack of grooming and exposure. But me, on the other hand, I have a difficult time detaching from unfinished tasks. So I call an audible. I took some of them dried goods profits and I handed it to my partner with the instructions, go to the store and buy a case of ice cold Old English 800 40 ounces. I went to the CD player and as fast as I could, I threw on some Biatch by Too Short. Now they start vibing. And when my man comes back with the 40 ounces, their energy completely changed. They exuded a brand new exuberance and they got vibrant. Man, they rapping along with Short. They doing a little soft porn girl on girl dancing. You know what I mean? They guzzling 40s. We sampling dry goods. It was real festive. Now, mind you, it wasn't cultured, but it was definitely festive. So, time comes for us to divide and conquer. We do our little thing, slip off to our separate quarters, and it went down like a West Coast sunset. Bruh, we broke them girls off like a giant Kit Kat bar. After everything was over, they get up and they leave. And if the story couldn't get any better, we never heard from them again. The win. So fellas, always remember, if you want to be successful with women, with your connections in any kind of relationship, sometimes you got to meet them where they are and lead them to where you want them to be.